Souk al-Juma, right behind the old Mahari Hotel, an area that I know well, they bombed a home of civilians and killed those people and those babies. And it was in the New York Times. It should have been on the front, but you notice it was buried inside. The Wall Street, not the Wall Street, I think that the Washington Post today, I was on the East Coast, I picked up the Washington Post, they did put it on the front. But here, the hypocrisy of the United States government, and here I wrote an article called "Libya Could Be Barack Obama's Stone of Stumbling," because here we said we went there because Gaddafi was going to slaughter civilians, and we had to save the civilians, and so we're spending now that we're not doing the bombing, $10 million a day. That's how much a month? You can multiply that, $10 million a day. And here, they are killing civilians. I have been close to the situation. I follow it every day. And what I read a week ago was about a boat called the Wave. Because of the American-led bombing, even though we're not involved, as they say, but we're doing everything logistically in the background, how are you not involved spending $10 million a day? I want to understand that. But because of the bombing in Tripoli in an attempt to kill Gaddafi, and if you want to get a feel for this, read Seymour Hersh's Target Gaddafi, New York Times, February 1987. Hersh wrote an article, and Seymour Hersh was a good investigative reporter and said that the amount of money that we spent in an attempt to assassinate him because he was accused of being involved in the bombing of a disco in Germany. And so they killed people. In Tripoli, over 100 people were killed in an attempt to assassinate Muammar Gaddafi. But there are two books out there. One is Washington Rule. Brekovich, I think his name is, a former intelligence officer. It is an excellent read. And he talks about what the American empire is now and what America wants to do. And it came to him as a soldier when he went to East Berlin. And he came back and he wrote this book. The other book is The Empire, not the Emperor. The Empire Has No Clothes. And in that book, I think it's in Washington Rules, he said that when Eisenhower was going out of office, and you can read this, Eisenhower said that the American people, he wasn't talking about the ruling clique, he said the American people have to be careful of the military-industrial complex. And the very fact that he was saying this was that we will get on a war footing to feed that monster, and we make wars all over the world, and we want to not become a democratic nation that is concerned about humanity, but we want to become an empire.